The ethical dilemma of insider trading. What is insider trading? Insider trading is the practice of buying or selling securities based on material, non-public information about a company. This information can come from various sources, including corporate developments, economic changes, or government actions. A notable example involves Nancy Pelosi, the Speaker of the House, who faced scrutiny of her stock trades during the COVID-19 pandemic. Critics argue that she and her members of Congress might have had access to non-public information about upcoming stimulus packages and other economic measures, which could have influenced their investment decisions. Honesty is a fundamental ethical principle that underpins the trust of financial markets. Insider trading violates the principle by involving the misuse of privileged information for personal gain. When insiders engage in such practices, they compromise the integrity of financial markets and betray the trust of investors and the public. Proponents of insider trading argue that it contributes to the market efficiency by ensuring that information is quickly reflected in asset prices. However, this argument is primarily driven by personal greed rather than genuine interest in market efficiency. The non-disclosure of insider trading worsens the issue as it gives an unfair advantage to insiders, leading to a lack of transparency. Insider trading exploits the information asymmetry in public markets, where insiders have access to information that is not available to the general public. This exploitation creates an unequal playing field where insiders can make informed decisions and gain significant financial advantages, while ordinary investors are left at a disadvantage. Such practices undermine the ethical principle of fairness. Politicians and company insiders who are supposed to serve the public and act in the best interests of the people and shareholders gain unfair advantage through insider trading. This is particularly concerning for public servants who have a duty to uphold the law and serve the public with integrity. When these individuals engage in insider trading, they betray the trust placed in them and exploit their positions for personal gain. This lack of fairness and compassion towards the general public and other market participants further highlights the ethical issues associated with insider trading. Respect is a core value that necessitates adherence to laws and ethical standards. Insiders and politicians who engage in insider trading show a profound lack of respect for the legal system and the people they are meant to serve by exploiting their positions of power for personal gain. They disregard the laws designed to ensure fair and transparent markets. Politicians in particular have a heightened ethical obligation to respect the laws and the public. When appointed to Congress, they swear an oath to uphold the Constitution and serve taxpayers with integrity. Insider trading by politicians represents a blatant disregard for these ethical obligations and a betrayal of public trust. The principle of utility, which advocates for actions that maximize overall happiness and well-being, can be applied to evaluate the responsibility of politicians and company insiders. Politicians have a responsibility to act in the best interest of the public. Insider trading, however, benefits the select few at the expense of many, undermining the principle of utility. Politicians, as public servants, have a duty to uphold the trust placed in them by the citizens. Their primary responsibility is to serve the public interest, not to exploit their positions for personal gain. This responsibility extends to ensuring fair and transparent markets where all participants have equal access to information. By engaging in insider trading, politicians fail to fulfill their ethical obligations and compromise the trust and confidence of the public. Some individuals justify insider trading through ethical subjectivism, arguing that their personal beliefs and circumstances make their actions acceptable. However, this subjective reasoning fails to consider the broader ethical implications and the harm caused to the markets and its participants. Others argue that insider trading has always been part of the market behavior and is therefore justifiable. The rationalizations overlook the evolution of ethical standards and the legal frameworks designed to promote fairness and transparency in financial markets. Utilitarian arguments suggest that insider trading could lead to more efficient markets and ultimately benefit society by ensuring that information is quickly reflected in asset prices. However, this perspective neglects the significant ethical issues related to fairness, honesty, and trust. Harm caused to the market's integrity and unequal opportunities created for ordinary investors outweigh any potential efficiency gains. Therefore, insider trading remains unethical and detrimental to the overall well-being of society. To address the ethical dilemma of insider trading, our team proposes to implement laws that prohibit politicians and company insiders from making short-term trades in the stock market. We suggest requiring a minimum holding period of at least 2 years for stocks purchased by insiders. Additionally, all trades made by insiders should be publicly reported to ensure transparency and accountability. We anticipate significant pushback from policymakers and company insiders who benefit from the current practices. These individuals may lobby to maintain the status quo and resist efforts to increase regulation and enforcement. The primary objections we anticipate include denial of the prevalence of insider trading among politicians and company insiders, and arguments that existing regulations are sufficient. These objections are often driven by powerful and wealthy individuals who stand to lose from stricter enforcement. Addressing these objections will require presenting compelling evidence and ethical and financial harm caused by insider trading and demonstrating the need for robust regulatory measures. Our team found it relatively easy to agree on the core values affected by insider trading, such as fairness, honesty, and responsibility. We all recognize the significant ethical issues associated with insider trading and the need for stricter enforcement to maintain market integrity and public trust. One of the main challenges we faced was debating the utilitarian perspective and whether insider trading causes significant harm. While some team members initially saw potential benefits for market efficiency, further discussion highlighted the long-term damage to fairness and trust. Ultimately, we all agreed that insider trading is unethical and requires more stringent regulatory measures to protect market integrity and ensure equal opportunities for all participants. Through this project, we gained a deeper understanding of the complexities and nuances of ethical dilemmas in financial markets. We recognize the gray areas in defining and enforcing insider trading laws and the importance of considering multiple perspectives and ethical principles when addressing such issues. Our exploration of insider trading highlighted the need for ongoing research and discussion to fully understand its implications and enforceability. This project underscored the importance of ethical decision-making in business and the need for robust regulatory frameworks to maintain market integrity and public trust. We learned that addressing ethical dilemmas requires a comprehensive approach that balances legal, ethical, and practical considerations.